Apologies for that. Is the microphone okay? It's been a while since I've done ASMR. Now, this may come as a surprise for, like, me doing this. Okay, let me make sure the background's good. Alright then. Yeah, so it wasn't put through debate until sometime last week over what the ASMR date night was going to be, but then I thought of the wildest thing ever, that I should just do a reaction to the Wolverine video, because it got me thinking, what if I just react to it? And I've seen a bit of it just to like get a proper understanding of it, but I just figured it'd be so funny if I just reacted with you guys in ASMR and just try to sound comforting, for where literally Wolverine's breathing noises just becomes like ambient as I talk to you, soothe you all. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. And I did ask over on Discord server if that's what you guys wanted, and a few of you guys most certainly didn't object to the idea, so here I am. Now let me make sure my other microphone isn't going off. Okay, good. It's not. Wow, I haven't done this kind of whispering or low voice in a while, so my throat does feel funny, but it also doesn't help that I just took a power nap, because since I wasn't able to do too much yesterday, as I just had to catch up on a bunch of things, and I was just kind of powering through it. Like, I didn't even get the chance to, like, whip up some dinner ahead of time, because now, since I'm starting streams a whole lot earlier on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, that I have to get smart on when to prep dinner. But hey, all to make sure that I can eat well, especially so that way I could take my breaks when needed, so that way you guys don't have to worry too much about me. But I hope everyone has been doing good. I hope you all are. And as you're wondering for the rain noises, it's gonna be purely temporary, for where the noises in the background, as well as the video to watch, will be Hugh Jackman just breathing. And apparently not everyone has heard of the video, so let me go ahead and provide some context to you guys. So essentially, hang on, let me see if I need to turn it down a bit. Okay, I'm gonna see if my microphone's going okay, because I remember last time it was kind of loud. There we go. I think that should be better. I hope my audio is good to you guys, and I really do apologize if you guys were only strictly pay attention to what the schedule I posted said in the image, and not so much with the wording and correction, for where there is no repo collab coming up on Friday, so I decided to take that opportunity to stream on Wednesday instead, because I mostly prefer to stream now on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I feel like they are going to be my main streaming days. Of course, when you like widely network with other people, it can become kind of hard to keep track of that. Like, I have been thinking about slowing down a bit with like just how outreaching I am, especially because with some friends that I made along the way, that I definitely want to get the chance to know some better and hang out with them more often. Of course, there are times for where I would love it if I can get as much people as possible, such as this 2 Truths and a Lie that I really want to get started with, though so far it is getting kind of difficult to get started up, because there are those that raise their hands to me that are from Europe, and that does prove to be quite difficult. And there are a couple that aren't exactly streamers, but are part of this one server that I'm a part of that's filled with great people, and I thought, you know what? I really don't mind, because we're just here to have a good time. I'll be a good host, because being a good host to a wide event does require great skill, and not just like relying on what others can do for you. Since I'm the one that's going to be hosting it, I gotta be a good host. just like here I am, ready to be a good host to you guys, as I find it so silly that it's gonna be me reacting to Hugh Jackman just breathing. It's like a crazy third wheel date. Like, I promised you guys from the bit-a-thon that it was gonna be an ASMR date night, but then I decided to throw in the idea that I should just react to Hugh Jackman in his Wolverine outfit just breathing. It's so crazy. Like, I can imagine people scrolling on Twitch right now and they just see this title and think, wait, what the hell? I didn't even knew this was a thing. Wolverine breathing? What is this? And then they go up and find me, and that's what they discover. It's gonna be so crazy. Oh my god. I hope plenty of people are able to make it and do get the message. Like, I really do apologize for like how the schedule did get screwed up, because I meant to correct it after there was a cancellation with Friday, because one of my friends with her workplace, they're not treating her the best, and I really hope that she does get treated a whole lot better, especially when she's going to be moving and her boss is just taking advantage of that and just trying to be an asshole to her. And honestly, that boss of hers should really go to hell. You know, I just realized if somebody's going to raid me, it is going to be loud. Okay, I knew there was one setting that I forgot, but where can I get that adjusted? I don't think it's an alert somewhere, isn't it? Is there somewhere around here? Is it just desktop audio? Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna be so loud, your ears are gonna burst if somebody decides to raid into me. Now, I did make sure to take out the scare mint redeem, as sorry guys, you guys are not going to scare me, but if you guys want to redeem bottom minty, then you guys most certainly can. I find it kind of surprising that people often confuse the good boy command to be directed more towards me, as I've seen one person do it, but in other streams, being called a good boy, good girl, good insert is just to be me directing it to you guys. So apologies if there's like some confusion over those channel points, as they're meant to be directed more towards you. But I know that there are like some people that just want to make sure that I am a good boy, that I most certainly am. But maybe I should include a channel point command for where there's like a little bit of... Oh, I just realized I did not get mix it up pulled up. Wow, taking a power nap. I'm glad I only maybe forget a couple of things that are just so fixable during stream. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I'm gonna get mixed up and ready. So that way, in case somebody redeems, hi, I'm here, then the message can't pop up because I have that working through Mix It Up. Mix It Up, some people say Mix It Up has its own problems, but for me, there are some perks to it that I do like. Especially to make it easy for like a certain reactive image of me to pop up. Now, when it comes to facial expressions, I do use something called VTS React. Oh, that's my water. As after the power nap, I'm just like awfully parched. Oh man, I really... Oh, pfft. I was about to say hi sound alerts, but that's just sound alerts doing its own thing. I really hope that Streamlabs is able to be up and ready, because, wow, yesterday it just did not go up at all. Like, we got Seribot here, we got sound alerts. Like, is Streamlabs just gonna be down for the count? Like, they literally sent me the email telling me that I managed to get to the top 25% of streamers. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen again anytime soon, but it just made me so happy. When did that become a thing where Streamlabs would congratulate you with these kinds of milestones? Usually when it comes to Twitch, they have this achievement board to try to get to. Like, reach this amount of followers, as well as try to get this many concurrent viewers at a time. Now, when I checked, like, roughly with stream statistics, like, it said that I got my stream to, like, reach over 50 people in total, like, different people. I'm just like, what? Even if they weren't sticking around at the same time, that is just so insane. As that's never happened before. Like, the highest I've ever gotten to reaching to a variety of people, like, viewing my stream at, like, different points in time was like 30 different people viewed one single stream, even if not in a single setting for each. But that was just so mind-blowing. Like, I never thought I would get that far. Ever. Like, how is that possible? But I'm doing it. Like, I'm really doing it, aren't I? It really is amazing with how far I've been able to make it out there because of you guys, as well as the great efforts that I have been putting into, for where, like, I've even been noticing that I'm, like, getting followers on Twitch that even if I don't stream, so I'm like, oh, is YouTube finally working, or is TikTok finally working? Are those, like, two sites actually working properly for me to advertise to a wider audience? Like, yippee! Oh, that does remind me. I did schedule my YouTube short to be yeah, I need to fix my schedule for, like, YouTube shorts and all that, because now I'm just, like, primarily streaming on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, as well as Saturdays. I kind of wonder if that should just be my primary streaming schedule. Of course, there are perhaps friends of mine, like the ones I've gotten closest to the most, that, yeah, there is definitely one with her schedule. Okay, yeah, I think I'm still gonna have to be kind of, like, lenient with my streaming schedule, but I'm sure that I can, like, still work around some things. But networking is really hard when you just kind of stretch yourself a bit thin. But I'm just really happy with, like, meeting variety of people. But at the same time, I would love it to make it as convenient as possible for you guys to know when y'all should be tuning in. I don't want to leave you all in the dust too much, but a lot of times I just overthink these things. I know that eventually that my limitations just with, like, networking with people will come through. Of course, I do know that even when you really make it out there as a content creator, and then you just start, like, networking with a whole bunch of variety of YouTubers, like, even if you aren't friends with them, but with really well run out names, like, it makes me think that if they are able to be this capable of networking that wide, then why can't I? Like, the way I'm doing things, like, networking is a really good exercise for when I start, like, making connections with, like, not just, like, people to collab with, but for, like, special projects, sponsorships, and all that. And speaking of special opportunities, it is sad to say that I won't be having my panel at Offkai or V Expo, as they did send me a couple emails telling me that I didn't make it. But with V Expos in particular, they emailed me back saying that they would love it if I could just reapply, and, well, I'm definitely gonna do that next year. I'm really looking forward to seeing if I can get into a panel with them. Like, I'm trying to get a good British audience, like, that's why I'm streaming at earlier times, even on a weekday, even if, like, some people would end up in America working on a weekday, but meanwhile my off days are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, so I have a very interesting 4-day work week schedule for where I only work Fridays to Mondays, and I have to take in the brute force of horrible holiday sales as Easter is coming up, and I really hope this doesn't prevent me from hanging out with Sana, because I want to hang out with her again. I wasn't able to last time because, like, I've been acclimating to just really get out of caffeine from coffee. Energy drinks are easy to say. I'm never gonna get back into them again. because they really make you feel like garbage. And I think that I'm starting to have like not a love-hate relationship with fast food anymore, but more like a pure hate, for where if I have to like drive extra miles to go to a banh mi and boba shop, then you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do it. Like, I haven't been to that one particular banh mi and boba shop in a while, and I miss it. Like, not as cheap as fast food, but less expensive than going to an ordinary restaurant. Though the cafe I go to is as expensive as going to an ordinary restaurant. Especially with like how I have to like make sure I tip the cashier to make sure that they get off really well. I think they like me so much there because I give off good tips. Because I want to make sure that their service is recognized, especially as they are working hard individuals and, you know, they just gotta make ends meet. And I'm happy to frequent there once a week, for where I was letting the fear of like losing out on money almost get to me, but then I just sucked it up and just went back there. I'm really glad that I'm getting over my fear of like how I manage money and just being afraid of numbers. And I've made a lot of progress with like just getting over that fear, especially when I was in college and I only worked during the summertime, and I was using that money to start paying off rent, start paying off my groceries. Like, I was just like so stingent with money. Like, it's sad to say that I hardly spent anything leisurely for myself during college, because I just outright refused to work even part-time while in college, because I just could not handle the stress at all. Even when I was like peer pressured by others to at least try it, even when I attempted for like one day in orientation, just one day in orientation, and yeah, I folded. I just immediately folded, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at all. And then I just told who would have been my boss that I couldn't do it. I'm glad that she was very, very understanding. And this particular job, working at the university, it was being a cashier for a little store for the college. You know, selling snacks such as ramen, as well as like, what else did it sell? Like, it was like stuff you would get at a gas station, pretty much, you could say, but something more oriented towards college students. You know, like the standard, like, you know, there's just a whole bunch of unhealthy stuff there, I swear. Like, no college student should have to rely on garbage food if that's where they often frequent to. And when I was like getting trained with like, you know, scanning the university cards and making sure the items were paid out and all that, I've noticed a whole bunch of foreign currency. Like, when I mean a lot, I really, really do mean a lot, for where like those before me really did not pay attention when they were given the change. Like, there was coins from Canada, Mexico, China. It's crazy. Usually when I'm this soft-spoken in ASMR, my voice would be okay, but it's kind of scratchy. But then again, I'm just getting over the motions of no longer being on caffeine, for where it would make you thirsty. So, it's not like I'm occasionally weak now. It's for where I'm starting to feel truly, fully committed, for where, guess what? I bought a tea kettle! I actually bought myself a tea kettle! Like, anyone that got triggered from me boiling tea that one time, the last time I did ASMR around that time, well, guess what? I bought a tea kettle. And I really hope it's going to last me, because, wow, when I bought it and just, you know, feeling what it's like, it feels so cheaply made. and extremely thin. Now, I could have sworn that tea kettles were supposed to be more dense to the sides, so I'm not sure how long that tea kettle is going to last me, as I really do notice that the quality of products really have decreased as inflation just goes on and on and on and on. For where we live in a society, everyone, for where the minimum wage like 30 years ago would have made sense for those that are just getting by, but as time has gone on, like the minimum wage, like what some states would utilize, that's like what, $9.75 an hour. It doesn't work anymore, and there's like some. Okay, I was about to get too in depth right there. I don't get into politics. I'm just gonna stop it right there. I'll talk about when I was working or was about to work for a job at the university that I used to work at. All of that foreign currency, it made me wonder, how did they get off with making money there? Like, how? But then I thought, oh, it's because of the university cards, isn't it? That's probably their primary means of getting by. And the lady that was teaching me along the way, what's interesting is that she was extremely soft-spoken. Like, you could barely hear what she's saying. Like, I tried understanding her. You know, I really should have spoken up, but I was the timid kind of guy that was afraid to be interpreted as being rude. And so I just never spoke up at all, but I really should have. And there were often times I was like so confused, and I tried to ask her, and she's like, no. Like, how does somebody get by with being so soft-spoken, with having an ASMR voice 24/7? Like, how? How do you go on in life? Like, when you go to the groceries, okay, you could probably buy your groceries still with not much wording needed, but like, say if you go to a bank and you need to talk about bank statements and filling up the bills and all that or whatever, and you get into specifics, and then you come up with a soft-spoken voice and you can't communicate that well, like, clearly you can't get by with that. You can't. I don't know if she was just tired, because it looks like she was just, you know, pretty out and about with movements and just was extremely soft-spoken. And I remember, like, my orientation extending longer than it should have, because she was also trying to focus with maintenance, and I'm just like, I mean, and when I told her, oh, by the way, we are approaching the time, by the way, she's like, oh, but you should have said something. I'm just like, I mean, if you need to do what you need to do, I totally get it, but the amount of time she often went by, like, honestly, the training just made me more anxious, or it just made me filled with much more anxiety, that I just thought, yeah, I don't really think I was coached properly. I really should have spoken up, but I was a very timid, and I was just a coward back then. But I'm glad that I am the way that I am today, for where I'm no longer a coward, and if I need to speak up, fine. If people interpret me as rude, then that's their problem. And that they clearly don't know the definition of what's rude. Like, you know, a lot of people are just like, they don't really speak up because I honestly believe it's because of the school system, for where, like, you know, you don't speak up unless the teacher tells you to, and some people, even if they don't intentionally mean to, just form the habit in the back of their minds to just, like, not speak up, like, not speak up at all, which is something that I just find so crazy. Ah, Steve! Thank you so much for subscribing! You know, I really could have sworn I added improper alert animations, like when somebody resubscribes to me or goes for tier 2. But, Steve, thank you! Yeah, actually, come to think of it, it has been a while since you've last been here. Hey, have you been, Steve? I hope things have been getting better. I know that last time you said things were going rough for you. And I hope things have been going okay. For context, this is part of the Bitathon goal for where part of ASMR daytime, I threw in the suggestion to watch the Wolverine Breathing video that Marvel released, and, well, here I am, but I'm just chatting right now. Yeah, I really hope you pull through, Steve. I really hope so. Just getting a drink. Yeah, my throat is just getting kind of parched right now because I haven't done ASMR in a while, and it's been quite some time since I've done ASMR. Now, if you do notice the channel point redeems, like, I brought back the triggers and so forth, so I'm, like, totally okay with doing that. It kind of feels like I am cheating with, like, just going with, like, reacting to something for ASMR, but at the same time, I just think that it would be so funny. Like, this is gonna be more of a comedic ASMR, just for, like, shits and giggles, because I love having shits and giggles with you guys. I was always, like, the serious type when it came to ASMR back then. I tried seeing, like, if I should increase my confidence by appearing alluring for others, but then I realized that's just not my thing. I'm a goober. Like, I don't think I could do well, like, say, in a future relationship with somebody if I'm like that. For where if I just release my goober-ass self, then I can have a happy relationship with someone, with whoever the special someone may be. I have no idea who it may be, as I tried exploring around the dating app I told you guys that I said I would, but then I told y'all that I really don't want to go exploring in that app anymore, because it just really doesn't feel fun. It feels like my life is dragging, and these subscription services are too expensive to my liking, as it's much more expensive than, like, even subscribing to Disney Plus to even get the most decent benefits out of it, which I think is really insane. I just, no. I prefer socially engaging as I have been lately, and that's something that I just want to stick by. And I'm happy with where I am. Honestly, I feel so much happier with not worrying about not having a special someone by my side, because I want that special someone to come to me. I don't know who it may be, but I'm not going to play a guessing game among my friends and great friends of all time. I really don't want to go by that, for where if I see or know that special someone, then I'm gonna damn well know who it is. Like, if I just feel naturally drawn to them and we mean a lot to each other, and if the day comes that I want to take the chance to delve further into the relationship, then by all means, that's what I'm going to do. And I believe in myself for that. Like, hell, I've always, like, thought in the back of my mind that I'd even be willing to drive to somebody or fly to somebody if they really mean that special to me. For where I see online relationships as being a higher possibility, because, you know, when it comes to back in the day, like the 2000s and 2010s, like, it was just mostly like Skype calls or online messaging, but it's always like, you know, talk. For where if you're not a gamer or doing something to utilize the online world, then I could definitely see how it's just not too possible to make the relationship last, at least coming from my perspective, as when it comes to like the gaming world, as well as like conventions to meet up with people in real life that you've met online, that the connections with them can really solidify really well. And sometimes you may end up finding a very special someone through those kinds of spaces, which is something that I've really liked about that concept. And even though I'm like a virgin, for example, like I got like, I think, yeah, I got like 3 years until I'm like age 30. Imagine me like just thinking how, oh god, I'm a virgin and I'm 30 years old. I often wondered if that's a sad thing, but honestly, later on down the road, you realize, wait, it's not so bad if there's like a whole bunch of things to be content with, then, you know, it's not like it's a muscle for where if it doesn't get like exercised or okay. Okay, this is a really weird to describe. It's not like there's a muscle I have to exercise, and no, technically it does require some exercise because it does provide its own benefits for longevity, but I hope you guys get my point. But in any case, I got nothing too much to worry about. Like, even if someone's like age 30 or 40 and still a virgin. Although crazy enough, I've never seen the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, as that's considered a classic, right? It just really never circulated around my parents to watch it because often I relied on them for what I could watch. Hi Llama, you stopping by to say hello? Well, I'm really glad to have you here. I'm not starting the reaction yet to Hugh Jackman breathing in his Wolverine outfit, as we're just yapping right now. How you been, Llama? How are you? And I hope that the volume settings are okay for everybody as I turn down my ASMR mic. Okay, Steve. Have a good lurk. Well, I'm glad that you're doing good, Llama. Though there are still like sad times around us, like even when we try to make the most things, like not having like a special someone but other things to look forward to. But when those things like do crush you down, they can get to you. Like, I know that it really broke a lot of people's hearts when the graduation for Gargura was announced, because my friend Kendra that I've hung out with yesterday, she DM'd me about the news over Gargura, and it was a very, very short stream that Gura did that lasts for like 9 minutes. At first there was silence. Hi Finn, welcome to the stream, welcome. And it seems that Streamlabs is still not working. I wonder how long until Streamlabs is gonna kick in, because how dare Streamlabs not give you a shout out, Fend, like I wanted to. Aw, thank you, Fend, I appreciate it. Participated in a nice tarot readings, ooh, last night. It's convinced me to try and reach out to people when I need help in the future. Oh yeah? Like, in terms of just like, with like a Discord servers that you're a part of, like reaching out to people when you need help. Well, I do hope that you are surrounded by great people that you can rely on as friends, Llama. But it's always nice to get a tarot card reading. I had like a tarot card reading once from a stream I decided to tune into from somebody that's from V Chunky, and it was just a nice rain ASMR, not as elaborate as mine, but it's still nice to tune into. And my reading was part of the major arcana, which was the Judgment card, and he explained to me that there is a change within myself to expect, and well, he was right. Like, I was like morbid. I really was morbid from the inside. Oh, sorry, Mint, you're still mourning? Mourning? Wait, mourning? Wait, you mean mourning the loss of Gargura? I mean, I haven't really touched base with her too much with her content, but it still, like, does break my heart, like, you know, because it's, like, one of the very first, like, English-speaking VTubers I tuned into because I was a huge Hololive fan back in college, and then just hearing her graduation, oh my goodness. Like, she was the one that sung Take Me Out to the Ball game in California at a baseball game. She was the one that helped pioneer English-speaking VTubers to take up arms, commission Live 2D model artists. Oh, thank you, Fend. It looks like you got plenty of channel points there. Thank you for the caress. Let me give you a shout out since... Oh, yeah, sometimes it does take a while for head pats. This is normal. Thank you. I'm getting so spoiled right now. Wow. You guys are spoiling me too much. I'm the one supposed to be spoiling you in this cursed ASMR stream, where soon I'm gonna react to Hugh Jackman just breathing. But let me give you a shout out, Finn, since Streamlabs is not doing so. I wonder if I should rely more on Stream Elements instead of Streamlabs to see if that could help me out. I gotta see if they have a shout out feature, but I was told of a bot that should give shout outs to people, like under my username, like it would appear that I'm typing out a shout out to somebody. Wow, my throat is getting easily parched with me talking quietly. My voice is so scratchy, but then again, I'm in the process of going cold turkey with coffee. But it was pretty easy for me to go cold turkey with coffee because I was slowly but surely getting myself out of that stuff, which was one reason why I gave away my coffee maker to my sister's boyfriend. And it was meant to be as a testament to just try to get out of like all of that stuff, but then it just kept crawling back, especially when things still felt pretty hard and I just wanted to pick me up. But no, for any sort of pick me up, it's gonna be nice, innocent tea. Thank you, Llama. I really do appreciate those hugs. I appreciate it. Yeah, and now nobody has to hate me for like boiling tea. I can just rely on a tea kettle. But you put the tea in your throne? I did not get around to doing that yet. I got held up with a whole bunch of other stuff to do today that I eventually forgot. But in case I ever do forget, Fend, I know that I have it set up on Throne for where if you want to throw in any gift suggestions, anyone can do that. Anyone can do that on Throne. If you log into Throne and go to my page and select a gift to recommend, then for sure I'll definitely accept it. You said it was milk tea, if I recall correctly. Now I have milk tea before, in the form of boba, but oh my goodness, lavender milk tea tastes so good with the chewy bubbles that come with the boba tea. Oh, you have good mixes for teas? That's amazing to hear. Hopefully I'll have enough milk to last me for the week, because I thought, yeah, I don't need to buy any more milk. I got like half a gallon left, but it feels like I'm pouring down the milk faster than expected, and I may have screwed myself over. I might have. Ooh. Oh, wow, I'm like kind of hunched over here because my ASMR mic, oh my goodness, like I positioned it as best as I could. Half a gallon is more than enough, I know, but when you're like mixing pancakes as well as like protein shakes after a workout, it kind of goes down fast, and if I'm not careful, I'm gonna run out on that stuff. You just need a small, heavy saucepan, that's fair. For sure. I remember, yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that I put on my throne, but you know, I really need to put like very, very cheap items I come to realize, as of course I do set up like crowdfunding goals on Throne just to make it easier, but I feel like for the time being it would be appropriate if I just include cheap stuff, like just collect all of the tea that I can get, start my own tea collection, as I know that Steve Akama like bought me a few things, and 2 of them involve tea, which I really, really love, though one of the tea bags had to involve me actually boiling it in a pot. That was extremely mandatory, because even like one single tea bag, yeah, with alkaline water in a pot, like even the tea kettle I bought, I'm not even sure if it would have been good enough, because you have to put the tea leaves directly into the boiling water. That's what you have to do. So unfortunately, when it comes to like tree bark leaves for tea, you have to boil them directly. There's just teas that just have to be done in a certain way. And you remember Karumia Lucian, right? The one that quote retweeted me boiling tea on Twitter and said, "Americans, I want to talk." Well, she eventually challenged herself to actually try out the southern recipe for making sweet tea. And she told me that it actually tasted pretty good for her, though not what she would normally do, and having plenty of spare sweet tea on hand. But yeah, she actually dared herself to try it out at home in England, which I thought was just so insane of her to do. But I'm like, yeah, now you know what it's like to drink Southern tea, because in the South, we like to have our sweet tea. It's just amazing with like things that I could just like connect her with in like her stream chats, as well as like on Twitter occasionally. Like I like bantering with her sometimes. She's quite the entertaining sheep, if I do say so myself. Ugh. Dang. I gotta like really unshrimp here. It's been quite some time since I last adjusted myself. Do I need to get myself lower? Would that help? Can I lower my chair? Okay, I can. Yeah, this was how low I actually was. This does feel much more appropriate, but also a bit uncomfortable. I really wish I could like just get a bigger desk. That's what I originally thought of when I got everything I need for my custom PC. But then I realized I could buy these like little trolleys that could just be placed with the PC, so that way I can move it around. It could be somewhere on the ground, and it's gonna be sick. Yeah, I really do need a standing desk option. It'd be perfect for ASMR, but I don't do ASMR too often. But it would be perfect for singing rehearsals. Now I did saw this one desk that one of my in real life friends own, and it looks awesome. That's perfect for 3 monitors. I think you DM'd me to me one time over what it was, and I gotta check it out again. Oh yeah, speaking of like funds and knowing what I'll need to buy for the future, it seems that my payout from Twitch ended up being bigger than what was like shown to me on my Twitch payouts, and I'm just like, hey yo, I'm given more money than expected. Like, I've already spent some of the money for commissioning artwork to get Cowboy Minty. And guess what? It's almost done. It's almost done. It's getting there. I find it no, never mind. I was gonna say that. Yeah, so the background for the artwork, it's gonna be not exactly matching, but then again, I didn't specify what artwork I wanted, and I guess like she just decided to choose something kind of basic, but I guess I really should have like went for the extra paying option to have a specific background for the Mid-Fray Cowboy artwork. But what is done is done, and it's like literally an Aurora background, so I'm gonna like be some sort of like magical cat cowboy, which I find pretty interesting. But you know what, I'm just gonna roll with it, and it is going to be perfect for when I start recording Ram Ranch. I will get to that. I guess you really do like the idea, don't you, llama? I take it you do. You really, really do like the idea. Alrighty, I'ma squeeze right out. See ya. Okay, you take care, llama. But thanks so much for stopping by, and it won't be for too much longer till I start reacting to the Wolverine Breathing video. What I find so silly is that there's this like one YouTube channel named like the Rockstars that just got like recommended to me on YouTube, and they were like titling the video "Why did Marvel do this?" over the Wolverine Breathing video, and they literally put in like Avengers Doomsday in a reference to his X-Men 2000 movie in the thumbnail, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? The second it got posted, they just decided to just jump the gun and make assumptions. And I have seen some videos from that channel. At first I thought, okay, they look like they're pretty passionate about it, but when it came to the review over the latest Captain America film, it felt like he was spewing stuff out of his ass. And one of the things that just oh my god, that bothers me, saying, why reference off of like the Hulk movie? Like, we don't want any references for the Hulk movie. It's like history now. And I'm just like, go fuck yourself. No, it's still important part of the Marvel timeline from Marvel Entertainment Studios. You don't get to talk like that. No. If they want to go back to it, they absolutely can. And it's crazy that not everyone knows that The Incredible Hulk came after the release of Iron Man, and it is part of the MCU. I think it's just because it wasn't too advertised that well, or I'm not really too sure, because Marvel Entertainment, I think, technically don't own the rights still to Hulk and are not able to produce their own independent movie over Hulk, and tried to give him as much character development in like any movie that he's able to appear in. When it came to the Avengers, Thor Ragnarok, and even She-Hulk, for where it turns out that Bruce Banner has a son. Like, who did Bruce Banner mate with? Like, who did he get down and dirty and did the horizontal dance with? Like, who? Honestly, I think She-Hulk, I think it's just a spin-off, if you ask me. I think that purpose of the show is just to be a spin-off with, like, how it was going off of the third person... No. Yeah, fourth wall breaking, that's it. Fourth wall breaking that the actress primarily did. I mean, She-Hulk is a nice spin-off, if you ask me. But I don't think they're going to do too much of anything with it. It's kind of like how the show Hawkeye... No, wait. The show Hawkeye, I can't really say it's a spin-off because... Yeah, female Hawkeye featuring... What was the actress's name again? Haley Steinfeld, that's right. With Haley Steinfeld? Like, she got featured a bit in the movie The Marvels. And it seems to be pretty obvious that Marvel Entertainment wants to go for a full-out cast of female Avengers in some way. Not unless they just don't really get called Avengers, but go by a different name. But I'm really not too sure, as there are some characters in the MCU that are referred to the 2010s comics. Like, when it came to America, I forgot what her last name was, in Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse. Yeah, like, that girl that can travel through different dimensions, like, she's like a recently developed, like, character in the comics, and they decided to throw her into the MCU. They took a shot with her, and I think they did her pretty well. Yeah, my throat's still scratchy. But I think it's gonna get easier when we just take a look at the breathing video. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm gonna go to the restroom and I will be right back to you guys because me trying to hydrate properly with my scratchy throat. Yeah, okay. I'll be right back, guys. Okay? I'll be right back. But let me pull this video up before I forget. Yeah, let me just get this pulled up real quick, so I'll be right back. Kim, can we make? So I did make sure to turn down the volume just a bit with this video because it's kind of like right at your face. So here's this video that not everyone like knows about. Wait, why am I not subscribed to them? There we go. I went ahead and fixed that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still a bit uncomfortable. I really would love a standing desk. I know that like standing in front of a PC desk for like streamers on hours on end is actually technically not healthier, as a lot of people would think, because I think Jacksepticeye argued that the blood flow just going straight down to your feet with like it unmoving is just bad. But when it comes to ASMR and singing though, that's like something that I would really like. If I could afford it, then I would. Now, obviously, it does say it's 8.5 hours, but we're not going to watch the entirety of the video. I won't do that to you guys. Like, I think just for like 2 hours max would be fine, but I'll see what goes on here. I'm not gonna like, you know, pause and analyze. Like, this is gonna be a nice chill time with you guys, just to have a bit of laughs, and if I just kind of want to poke fun at this, then I definitely am. So, Wolverine breathing exercise, Marvel ambience. I love how they put those keywords in. I mean, you shouldn't stand all the time. That's how you get voracious veins. Exactly. Deadpool and Wolverine. Here's that outfit that we all know and love. Yeah, Hugh Jackman definitely looks like he's aged well still. It's crazy. Wait, how many views does this video have? How many views? Oh, it's getting there to 1 million. It's posted 8 days ago. And it wasn't even posted on April Fool's. It wasn't even an April Fool's video. They posted it 7 days after April Fool's. April is National Stress Awareness Month, so breathe deep and feel your adamantium bones melt away. Watch Deadpool and Wolverine on Disney Plus. Ayo, guys, we're gonna have a watch party on Deadpool and Wolverine when? Oh my goodness. And we could look at the comments like as we go along with this. Okay, let me try getting comfortable. I really need a better desk space. Maybe I should start a crowdfunding campaign specifically for a desk, even though I have it listed on my throne, but maybe I should make it more obvious on my stream so that way I can be as comfortable as possible. But here we go. Look at him. He's just a little guy. Is the volume okay for you guys? Oh, I just realized. There we go. He looks so menacing. As I'm feeling like really composed in my ASMR streams, I feel like I'm just staring deep into his soul. Yet he sounds so angry. He's just grunting. Wait, none of it is copyright music in the background, is it? I really fucking hope not. Because it almost sounds like the BGM for Deadpool and Wolverine, doesn't it? Because if it does, oh no, please tell me, oh god, oh no. I'm always afraid of copyright. It's like you can't even be too careful anymore. I'm gonna bet not. Well, I hope I'm right. Oh, what? Oh, what, Fen? What? It's just a man breathing. I can't wait to redeem Wood Frog. Oh, are you looking at the redeems? Yeah, I'm totally fine with you guys, like, with the ASMR redeems, like, you guys could totally do that as we react to this. Plus, I think it would be able to bring out greater ambience to this. Breathe out. Breathe in. Oh, he's getting out the silent breaths. Is he starting to calm down now? Yeah, look at you, Hugh Jackman. You feel like you're getting calm now? Did Deadpool piss you off again and that's why you're doing this video? And you have to do this exercise every month just to make sure that you can prevent yourself from stabbing him in the face? Is he actually moving or is that CGI? I don't think that's CGI. But it is possible that in order to make this 8.5 hours, yeah, so for every hour, I think it is a single recording. And then there's supposed to be something that's supposed to happen at every hour, like a little bit of a surprise. So it is possible that Marvel did edit this in some way. Because now that you pointed that out, Fend, I can definitely see some repetitive movements. And you know, when it comes to editing, Marvel Studios has god tier level editing. I took a look at many of their behind the scenes footage with making a bunch of movies, and they brought in technology that was introduced in The Mandalorian for where in a big room all around are screens to actually show the area they are exactly in. Like, it doesn't have to be green screen all the time. And the actors said that it's been a whole lot easier on them because in order to reach the imaginative level that they needed to, it required so much effort to make themselves pretend they are elsewhere, like on a distant planet or maybe in the quantum realm, because Ant-Man and the Wasp, they included that technology to be surrounded by a dome of screens that made it seem like they are in the quantum realm and they can see it. Disney has always been innovative since Snow White. Did you know that when it came to Snow White is actually 13 years old and the other guy, yeah, as much as I love, like, going back to watching old Disney movies for nostalgia purposes, I'm kind of afraid to look back at how Snow White was because I'm just disturbed with, like, how she was 13, the character, and I'm just like, oh no. All this time, I thought she was, like, much older when I was a child. I thought she was, like, maybe 18 at most, or maybe like an adult, because I always thought of like teenagers and adults as just being the same. But then I realized, yeah, no, there's a difference, but I've always felt intimidated by teenagers when I was a child, such as when I used to be part of this church when I was of a religion at a time, but I'm not anymore. For where when I was assigned to go to this one youth group with like kids that were much older than me, I felt so intimidated that as soon as I opened the door, I just immediately closed it. Like, I had huge social anxiety. I couldn't make it past the door because I mostly stuck with my age range or those lower than me. I was filled with social anxiety. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely in loop. But kudos to Marvel Entertainment for, like, just imagine somebody at Marvel Studios when they got told, hey, who wants to be in charge of a very special assignment for Stress Awareness Month in April? And then you get the editors just raising their hands, and then they're handed this footage and are asked, okay, I'm Kevin Feige here. We just need you to put this on loop and every hour or so include a little bonus scene. Can you do that? And they're like, first off, this is easy as pie. I could do this with my eyes closed. But second of all, you are a genius because the internet is going to be so over this. And I'm surprised that Hugh Jackman was willing to do it, says the editor. But give me 5 hours and I will make this into a magical experience. I'll include ambience, I'll do well with the green screen effects to match with his suit, and I'll make sure that he looks as intimidating as ever. But I just love how the background just matches with the vibes of Deadpool and Wolverine, and you get the smoke in the background. Like, you don't need a burning building in New York City like Deadpool and Wolverine were at. You just need colors. Symbolism, just let it all go. Feel relaxed. You can be angry with him. If you're gonna provide angry breaths because you don't want to calm down, well, you could be angry with him. Look, he's just a little guy. But I wonder how long it took Hugh Jackman to just do this for Disney. Yeah, you're right, he is just a little guy. Not as little as dwarfed Wolverine. Do I say it right? I know that, you know, you can't say M-I-D-G-E-T because that's very, very derogatory. But what's the general term? Is it like dwarf for those that are like much smaller human beings? Or, I mean, people would generally say little people, and I like that phrase, even though I was taught by my family members that just say M-I-D-G-E-T because that's supposed to be the norm. But God, were they wrong, as years later I discovered that's just completely derogatory. Regular Wolverine height? He's not a dwarf, he's just short. Ah, okay, gotcha. But no, I just meant that one scene in Deadpool and Wolverine for where his height was just completely shrunk. But then again, he didn't provide the exact body proportions of someone with dwarfism. Honestly, when I picture somebody to refer to somebody with their syndrome as dwarf, I don't know if I like that because it just, you know, dwarves are often associated with fantasy, for where you get the dwarves of Moria from Lord of the Rings, and you get dwarves in a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons settings, even in Baldur's Gate, for where I think I just really want to call them little people. But obviously don't call them little people right in front of them, but I just want to refer to them as people. Oh, really? Wait, canonically? Wait, are you talking about canonically in the comics that Wolverine is supposed to be 5'3"? Or are you telling me that Hugh Jackman is actually 5'3"? Wait, that's insane. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, 5'3". Wait, I'm taller than him. Wait, I'm actually taller than him? I've always thought he was like a tall boy. Especially with how he seemed like, you know, powerful and demeaning in like all of those X-Men films. Wait, did I get it all wrong? Wow, they made him appear so tall in the movies. Wait, if he's 5'3", does that mean Ryan Reynolds is like 5'2" or something to match up with his height? Oh my god, is Ryan Reynolds actually short? Like, if I were to just meet up with him at some sort of convention, let's say, and I compare heights with Ryan Reynolds, oh my god, is he actually short? I am learning more and more things. Like, wow, we are really in quite the relaxing atmosphere here. No, Hugh Jackman being tall started the belief that Wolverine was tall. Oh. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm definitely noticing the vibes of the old BGM from Deadpool and Wolverine. But still, I have a feeling that Marvel would have known that people would have reacted to this on the internet because it's YouTube. Like, I would imagine that it's not copyright. God, I'm so fucking terrified of copyright. I mean, Twitch would just mute me, right? Oh God, imagine if the VOD got muted. This would be sad. Deadpool is the average height for most superheroes and villains. Oh, is he like 5'8"? Is he like me? Is he like me? Average superhero height is 6 foot and more. Oh my God. Why did I think superhero average height applied to normal human beings? Like, picture Captain America with the super soldier serum for where he was just a skinny kid in Brooklyn until he got juiced up by the serum. And then he became the hulking figure that you'd see in the movies as well as Marvel Rivals. Now, I tried playing as Captain America in Marvel Rivals, but I just can't really understand the functionality. Like, I realized, oh, he's got a shield and I charge and such, but wait, what do? I feel so confused. He's like Reinhardt, but in a much more confusing manner. Or do I need to really pretend he's like Reinhardt just to try to make sense out of Captain America? Because my mains in Marvel Rivals are Penny Parker and Invisible Woman, and possibly Emma Frost, because I still gotta try that game out. And I need to get into contact with Celesta for setting up a collab over Marvel Rivals. Like, she tends to be pretty available, like, when it comes to Marvel Rivals, so it shouldn't be that difficult to get a collab established with her. Maybe I should try getting into regular collabs with her, because there are definitely some friends out there like you, Fen, that I wish to, like, maybe get on a regular basis with collabing, such as, like, actually making it to heaven and chained together, as that is something that I would really, really love to do. But of course, it's totally up to you, Serena, and Snowy as well, Fend. But yeah, like, I have thought about, like, maybe settling down a bit for where I have these amazing friends, and I love networking. I always love meeting new people. But I feel like I'm entering the phase for where, you know, I really want to get to know more people in depth. Like, I know Serena wants to get to know me more, especially when she posted that one tweet saying, hey, say hi and I'll make you a fruit basket with these emojis corresponding to what I think about you. And one of those fruit emojis involved her wanting to get to know me better. And me and her have done offline collabs before, with watching Delicious in Dungeon, and there were some things that I got the chance to know her more about. Oh, really? You would? Maybe if I can get you roped in with Celesta, then that could be something. Yeah, I want to get to know you and Serena more. Hell yeah! And I really love the vibes that Serena gives off, and, you know, any progress that she's been making for herself, I'm proud of her. I remember she mentioned talking about Magic Knight Reinhardt. Reinhardt? Wait, did you mean Reinhardt? Or, wait, what do you mean by Magic Knight? I seem to be lost in the loop. Is that like some sort of anime? Because I started talking about an anime night watch-along that I had with Serena. An anime from Clamp. I don't think I've ever heard of that studio before. I'll talk to Serena into roping you along to watching that. Oh! Please do! But yeah, like, I'm starting to think that minus the collab I want to do with a whole bunch of people over the Two Truths and a Lie, that I think May would definitely be a good month for where I could start settling down with the closest friends I made along the way and just getting to know them better. Okay, I don't know what's up with me, but I think this video is starting to just make me contemplate life a bit. Wow. I'm sorry, ASMR streams do that to me. Clamp made car captors, Chobits, etc. Car captors? Now, car captors I definitely have heard of before. I know that Car Captors had a 90s show, but then they got, like, revamped in the 2010s, if I'm not mistaken, right? for where it involves a magical girl in elementary or middle school that can mess with cards that can do a whole bunch of things for her. Now, when I first heard that concept for the anime, I thought, wow, that's really cool. And what I find so funny is that one of the very first anime that I ever gotten into, thanks to Netflix, was a magical girl anime called Yuki Yuna is a Hero, and I don't remember what made me not so embarrassed to watch a magical girl anime and even try it out dubbed, as I was taken aback with how well the dub was, for where not a single one of those girls in that anime sounded like an adult, for where they properly sounded voiced by the right voice actresses for them. You were so obsessed with card captors? Damn. But yeah, I got into anime really, really late. Like, I started getting into anime when it was considered cool, like when you got, like, say, My Hero Academia that got thrown into the scene, for where that is such a mainstream anime. Of course, I know SAO is, as that definitely helped bridge the gap between awkwardness and no shame at all with people liking anime. Despite the flaws with the plot to SAO, oh my god, like, at first I was in flat out denial. I mean, I was like just getting into anime, and with that being one of the very first anime I got into, I wanted to excuse myself because I was more focused on like how different anime was compared to live action shows and Adult Swim cartoons, because I just wanted to roll with it. But then I realized upon Alicization that it's pretty shitty. Yeah. But then I decided to go to the movie theaters to watch SAO Progressive, and I read the books before going in to see the theater, and I'll tell you this, they made a splendid, perfect adaptation for where I thought it was the absolute right thing to do to include a movie original character in SAO Progressive. And I hate to say that I did not end up watching the second, or I want to say third one that came out, as I eventually got out of the loop with anime, and I haven't really watched anime for quite some time. Now I know how it feels to be one of those VTubers for where they are anime, but they don't watch anime. Have you watched Hack Sign? I have not, but please do elaborate over what Hack Sign is. Something tells me that it is a very violent anime, because I picture parts of people just getting hacked off and then hanging signs over them. It's one of the originals stuck in an MMO anime. Oh! Was it before SAO, for where Hack Sign was the godfather of video game like anime? Hack as in computers. Oh, way before. Wow, so it must be a godfather. Damn. Yeah, if it's like the godfather of like a specific category of anime, then I could definitely believe you that it must be good. Like, I know the godfather, or at least one of the godfathers for isekai anime, definitely involves jobless reincarnation. Of course, that anime, when it first came up, sparked huge controversy because it was a 40-year-old man stuck in a little boy's body that was birthed into the new world, and with how perverted he was, with like lenient with like who to be attracted to and all that, age-wise specifically, like a lot of people got disturbed over that, but it was definitely a redeeming arc for that character's growth that took a long time, that was just really not afraid otherwise with various things to include, that really does reflect over how, you know, Japan does have kind of loose laws in some areas over... Yeah, but in any case, that is pure character growth, for where he wasn't irredeemable. He was definitely redeemable. I consider Sailor Moon and Digimon as reincarnation. Oh? As reincarnation isekai? Really? Sailor Moon and Digimon as, like, the godfathers of isekai? Oh, you mean isekai in general? Oh, that's very interesting, Fen. That's a very interesting perspective that you have. Yeah, they Digidestined were thrown into another world. Oh. Yeah, that definitely sounds like the godfather of isekai. Yeah, that's definitely the godfather of isekai anime right there, for sure, for sure. In the first episode, the entire Moon Kingdom was killed and reincarnated on Earth for Sailor Moon? Oh my goodness! Like, I've been curious into trying out Sailor Moon for myself, but then again, there's also Dragon Ball Z that every Wednesday I get with my moderators. My moderators are not here right now because they primarily are good for the late evening times, because that's how things have always happened, because, you know, in the afternoon they can get pretty busy, but tend to be free during the evening times, for where there is a chance that I would seek out other people to become moderators for me. People hate it when I say that Sailor Moon is a reverse isekai. Oh my goodness, but you know, I got a curious question, Fen. You do pop into my streams, like, even when I stream during the afternoon times, like today. If you want, and if you feel like you're up for it, if you do need time to think about it, how do you feel in becoming a moderator for me in streams? Like, I love the good vibes you give off, and I think you would know what's best for, like, my community, for where even if you're not there all the time, but having that extra sense of protection is always nice. Like, generally my fan base has, like, always been good to me, for where I really don't get too much troublemakers at all, and even if I do, the majority of them are just bots that Seribot can easily take care of. But if you do want to think about a Fen, then yeah, feel free to. But still, I find it so funny that you trigger other people to say that Sailor Moon is reverse isekai. Now, reverse isekai I am familiar with, as I think the first reverse isekai I've ever seen was Devil is a Part-Timer, and I have a broken heart in saying that I did not watch the second season, but at the same time, I don't know if I can entirely blame myself, because there's, like, so many years and gaps since I've seen it compared to when it was announced for a second season, and God, how long ago was that announced for? Okay, I'm getting a bunch of vibrations on my phone. I wonder if it's a concern. Okay, good. False alarm. Wait, what's this from Uwu Market? Addressing leaked? Wait, what? Oh, okay, it's just clickbait. Okay, sometimes I get emails from Uwu Market telling me to buy their shit just because I... Okay, sure thing, Fend. Yeah. Let me go ahead and give you the status of being a moderator here. Give me one hot second. Oh, Fen VT, I knight you in becoming one of my mods here. Enjoy your Excalibur. I hope you like Excalibur, Fend. I think Excalibur would suit you really well in my chat. Obviously, you're a very trustworthy person, and, you know, occasionally we would even DM each other. Even you are always the first to, like, just DM me good morning, but I really do appreciate it when you, like, check up on me in DMs. It's nice for someone to talk to, like, in the morning time, even if I don't respond right away, but for sure, I'm definitely gonna respond. I remember, like, when I was still, like, socially anxious to some degree for where I was just trying to come out of my show with being sociable with other people, but then I'm glad that I stepped out of my comfort zone to become more sociable with you, Fend, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, am I gonna sneeze? Am I gonna sneeze? I might need to mute my mic if I'm gonna sneeze. Is there a bright light I can look up? Yeah, of course, man. I care about you. Thank you. Okay, where's my mic settings for this? Where is it? There it is. Okay, am I gonna sneeze? I just sneezed. Yeah, I wanted to mute myself so that way I don't blow your guys' ears out, because this is a Blue Yeti mic that I have. And now I got a bit of the sniffles, but at least the sickness is starting to dissipate around my area, because goodness gracious was it so bad when the Arctic winds came by, and then you heard me in a stream with Sana Sunako over Resident Evil 5 for where my voice was just, it made me sound like I was going through second puberty. Oh, I just remember the YouTube video short? Yeah, it just went live. That I need to send a message to Sana saying that, hey, the YouTube short is live now for where you can hear me like just calling you mama. I just find it so crazy that I just ended up calling her mama. She called me out for second puberty, so it must mean that she's a bully like a mother, calling out their child that they're going through second puberty. I'm really glad that I got those videos edited by my editor. And with the bit of extra money that I got from the Bitathon, I may just use some of that to pay off for the next batch of shorts to edit. But I'm still in debate if maybe I could still afford it and try to see if I can get the Marvel Rivals tier list video edited. But I know with something like that, it's not going to come cheap. Oh, what? Was this an editing failure right here? Did Marvel Studios just goof up? Yeah, I think Marvel Studios just goofed up, but I guess Kevin Feige was like, that's okay, because a bunch of people are not going to watch this anyway. Oh, what's this? Go back? Okay, it happened somewhere around here. Yeah, what happened? Did you notice something, Fen? I just see a widow guy just so angry. Yeah, I think it was an editing failure by Marvel Studios. Oh, you blinked? Yeah, he's still angry. Is he ever going to calm down with his breathing? I mean, he just seems like the angry type in the movies. But when it comes to, like, you know, like interviews by Hugh Jackman, you know, Hugh Jackman looks like far more, like, relaxed. I think it's just because of the hairstyle that he has that I just keep thinking, wow, that's Hugh Jackman. He doesn't have the Wolverine hairstyle. It's, like, hard for me to unsee with what he would normally look like. And because of the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, I eventually got around to watching the movie Logan. I feel like as a kid back then, or, you know, just being in my late teens, I probably wasn't going to be much into Logan, as, I don't know, I just really wasn't feeling it, even though it is a very, very serious movie that the plot is just really, really good. Like, it really, really is. Like, maybe if somebody would have roped me into it, I would have gotten cultured with, like, watching Logan in theaters, but my family, they aren't exactly, like, Marvel fans, I mean, we have like seen a few Marvel movies in theaters, especially when I got my dad to get me to go see Thor in the movie theaters, because I just thought with like seeing Thor in the movie theaters like was really cool, because you know, live action superheroes tended to fall with like the silly goofy movies in the 90s and 80s, as well as like, you know, we had Spider-Man back in the 2000s, and those meant a lot to me with the VHS tapes that I had over him. And I remember seeing promotional posters for Spider-Man 3, and I really wanted to go so bad to watch that in theaters, but for some reason my parents just never got us to watching Spider-Man 3 in the movies. Like, it was just primarily going out to like eat for family events at restaurants just to like have a good time. Although during those times at family restaurants, I never really socially engaged. Like, my parents just didn't like socially engage with me too much. Like, I was just there for the food, and I thought it was just the happiest thing that could be given to me, you know, despite like the rough environment around the household that I grew up in. And I think that's why that I grew up to be the type that likes to go out and eat whenever possible. Though in college that was kind of like maybe a bit of an unhealthy phase, because I was given the green light by my parents to just like eat out at the student union whenever I needed to, just to have like my meals in between and not really pack a lunch for where I ate out at Steak and Shake, I ate out at Chick-fil-A, I ate out at Subway. Of course, Subway, you know, is generally viewed as being the healthier option, but kind of like with McDonald's salads, there are some carbs in that to be considerate about, especially when it comes to the sauces and oils mixed in. Yeah. As well as like when every time I would just go with a fucking Pepsi or Coke. I can't remember what I got every time there, because the student union strictly went with either Coke or Pepsi. There was no either or at certain locations, which I just thought was really crazy. Hi, Fauna. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, as you may notice, this is for a bit-a-thon goal for where I was going to have like a daytime ASMR if we reach a certain bit-a-thon goal, but then I threw in a wild option to react to this. And honestly, I feel weirdly relaxed, like, just seeing this, and I've just been, like, yapping a lot. But I got plenty of channel point redeems for stuff like this with the wooden frog, as well as brushies and squish balls. So I'm definitely down to doing more than just yapping, as it seems like I am just the yapping kind of ASMR person. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Fend. You're absolutely welcome. Okay then, if I lose track of time, feel free to let me know. 5 minutes, here we go. I'm not having a particularly good day. The Supreme Court in the... Oh... Fauna. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, like, even in the US, only 2 genders are recognized now. Ever since the election, I'm so sorry to hear that, Fauna. But this space, I recognize all genders and all sexualities. So you are safe here. I'm so sorry to hear that, Fauna. Yeah, just when things appear like they are getting better and then things bounce back up, to just... Yeah, I'm gonna try not to get too political because this is an ASMR stream, and, you know, while it is silly for me to react to Hugh Jackman just breathing, I just want to make sure that we can all have a good time. And I'm just a silly little guy that wants to give you a good time. I know, sorry, I'm just not having a good day. No, you're okay. Like, I even fuss about the tariffs that have occurred thanks to a certain somebody, and it's why I had to buy my PC parts that I'm going to build soon. I just need to get a Phillips screwdriver and I am all set. I asked my sister if her boyfriend happens to have a Phillips screwdriver for me to borrow, and as a really good excuse to just hang out with them, as I miss hanging out with my sister. I haven't seen family in a while. Of course, I've just been so occupied recently. Even though... But still, I am doing great things with streaming. I am, like, I'm pretty sure others would be very understanding, but family has definitely remained in my thoughts to try to keep track of. As I want to cook with my sister again. As me and her whipping things up in the kitchen, it's great. Like, I haven't seen my sister in a while since my mom came to visit town, because she got some plane tickets for, like, cheap. And I hope my folks are still doing alright, even though I have my differences with them, but, you know, there's still a part of me that definitely cares for them, because there are some things I can understand why they were hard on me, but other times I'm just like, I'm just a little guy, you didn't need to be so hard on me during my childhood. But I know that my mother, during my elementary school years, definitely wanted to make sure I got as much proper care as possible. Growing up autistic, like going through like specific therapy, just to make sure that I end up okay. Goodness gracious, I love the wooden frog. It pairs so well with Hugh Jackman. I have told you guys where I got this from, but for those that don't know, I ended up getting this at a fair in Kansas, I think. Because the fair in my city is really lame. So me and my friends decided to just travel across the road to go somewhere else to a fair that had some really cool shit. And we had an amazing time. Like, I bought some kick-ass maple syrup infused with coffee beans that paired well with ice cream. I got this wooden frog. I went tomahawk throwing. It turns out that I'm actually pretty good throwing a tomahawk. So that's a hidden skill that I never realized that I had. Breathe in, breathe out as you listen to the frog. Just being a little guy. Breathe in, breathe out. You're right, it is a cute frog. Alright, I need to hydrate. My voice is getting back to getting used to ASMR content again. Yeah, you really like that. Oh, sorry. You really like the wooden frog, huh? I discovered the joy of wooden frogs for ASMR from somebody that I've been acquainted with for since the beginning days that indie VTubers started becoming on the rise, where she is an ASMR artist now. Her name is Lumina Kira, and I first discovered that sound effect thanks to her. And when I saw that wooden frog at the fair in Kansas, I just knew that I had to buy it because I just thought it was a cute little thing. It was really cheap to get, provide good sound effects, so I decided this was going to be an investment. Do you want a fun flag fact? Sure. Yeah. What flag do you have in mind, Fauna? Yeah, go for it. You can share a fun little fact for me, Fauna. You absolutely can. Would you like to know a little fun fact, Wolverine? Will that help calm your nerves as you're trying to calm down? Yeah, you may be the angry type, but I could definitely tell that you are in a well-composed state, Hugh. Jamaica has the only flag in the world that doesn't feature the colors red, white, or blue. I can totally believe that, as I think I recall... No, wait. Jamaica. Wait, I'm trying to picture the Jamaican flag. For some reason, I'm picturing a palm tree in the flag, but I feel like that I am mistaken, right? Or what symbol is primarily on the Jamaican flag? There's gotta be some green mixed into it, right? Okay, now you're getting me to think. I want to guess green and yellow and a palm tree, but I feel like I could be thinking of another country in the Caribbean and that I am just really, really mistaken. But I know I have seen the Jamaican flag before because I watched a few streams from a streamer that was going over the flags that he recognized. It's green, yellow, and black. Ah! So I was close. No palm tree? So it's just green, yellow, and black. Well, I got 2 of those colors right. Because I knew that there was like some wild colors I thought I would think of for the Jamaican flag. Is there like a specific pattern to the Jamaican flag, or is it just stripe, stripe, and stripe? Is it diamond shape? Because I feel like it is diamond shape. Definitely no stars in there whatsoever. But I feel like I'm mostly leaning towards there being a diamond shape for the Jamaican flag. That's what I'm picturing, at least. Right? If there's no palm tree, then it's gotta be a diamond. I don't think it's just straight up stripes for the Jamaican flag fauna. Yeah, I feel you, Hugh Jackman. The world is shit, but we're all composed and just put on a mask, huh? It's like a yellow X with the top and bottom bits being green and the left and right being black. Oh, no, wait. I'm starting to remember. Because when it comes to one of the characters in Futurama, he's Jamaican, and the Jamaican flag appeared. No, I remember. Okay. Wow, okay, I knew I've seen the Jamaican flag somewhere. It's because of Futurama. Because one of the characters is Jamaican. Yes, Hermes. How could I forget? I knew that it seemed familiar for where I could believe it's not anything like red, white, and blue. Yeah, like, they got a very interesting color scheme and pattern for their flag. You know, when it comes to... No way, I think there's like other countries that are kind of similar to the US flag, but a very, very small proportions. Like, I've always found the United States flag to be pretty wild with like how its pattern is, with just having the stars like in a square in the corner and the rest are just stripes. Like, I always thought that was like a wild pattern to go with. Like, the only other wild pattern there is with flags is when it comes to the UK flag, but then mixed in with various elements, especially when you get to Australia, because doesn't Australia still have that like English pattern in the top left corner of theirs? and then like other countries surrounding Australia is just kind of similar. Like I always thought that's just kind of like crazy, like, but you know, given its history with its founding history, it really does make sense. Okay, Fauna, have a good lurk. Yeah, take care. So this stream might be shorter than usual because, well, you know, I am just reacting to Hugh Jackman just breathing and just going along as long as possible. I didn't expect too much of me out of yapping, but maybe when we get to the 2 hour mark I'll stop, but, you know, I'll still, like, think it over if I want to keep going to the 3 hour mark or not. I mean, I did do a good job yesterday for where, yeah, like, it was just pretty overwhelming to just take all of that stress in Repo. I haven't been that stressed in a game for so long that I just wanted to step away for a while, because Repo just stretched out my brain cells so hard. Like, there was a point in time from where I was just going rabid, going crazy, where it was like, oh yeah, no, Repo is fun. It is, but those enemies just kept getting to me, and I kept screwing up for where I was about to make some big cash, but then I screwed up with huge boxes, and they didn't make the cut, and I had to go find more objects to try to match up the cost and try to revive my friend. But then I failed. I ended up failing. But the good news is that I'm getting a whole lot better with surviving in Repo, even though I've only played the game twice in 2 streams so far. But yeah, like, I definitely see a pattern to get better in Repo. It's so much harder than Lethal Company. But I feel like in Lethal Company, there's like more options to be able to survive and fight back. But Lethal Company, it's like, yeah, if you understand the monsters properly, then you know what patterns to stick by, especially with that one bird-like creature you occasionally encounter in Lethal Company sometimes. Like, they don't, yeah, like, I know in groups that they tend to stay away from you, but if you're all by yourself, then they'll just come after you and take you away. I die all the time in Repo, but that used to be me in Lethal. Gotcha. That's fair. For sure, for sure. I definitely need to get some collabs, like, booked for May, more than just the 2 Truths and a Lie I'm trying to set up, but hopefully I can get a good workaround with 2 Truths and a Lie, because so far it's sounding like that I may need to start streams for 2 Truths and a Lie, like, at a much earlier time and segregate them into 2 different streams. And because the times of availability for everyone is just so stretched out, especially when I'm trying to see what I could do for those that are from Europe, it is difficult. It is, for where, yeah, like, I want to make the best decision possible. I do. And I am pretty open for where I don't have, like, strict rules and who. I mean, obviously I do have, like, some standards with, like, who can hang out with me, if that makes sense. Oh, speaking of May, I'll need to plan on something. Oh? What are you planning, Fend? What do you got cooking up? Is it extra teammates or collab mates you need for a special event? Is it something that I can partake in? I am intrigued. I most certainly am. That's right, Hugh Jackman. The stresses of life do get to me, but at least I'm getting used to the assholes at my workplace, Hugh. That's right, Hugh Jackman. Awesome, Fan. That sounds terrific. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stream for like 10 minutes more, or maybe when we get to that one specific part that's supposed to come up. Like, it can't be for that much longer until a certain something occurs. Still, I never thought that I would just be this sucked into the video, but still maintain my yapping capabilities at the same time. I really am a yapping kind of ASMR artist. Well, I don't know if I can really call myself an ASMR artist, but it's nice to be able to do ASMR on occasions. Like, I still like doing it when I do, and I still enjoy listening to ASMR whenever I do. But it just seems that my primary focus is with music right now, as I feel like I'm starting to get more control in my life with the cover songs that I've been doing in my spare time off stream, that I'm really happy with, like... Get that clipped, please, get that clipped. Oh my god! It's just a little guy that got so intimidating. Yes. Yes, it was. I'm so glad I didn't scream. I'm glad that I maintained myself. Oh my god. Well, it meant that I was able to get that far. I did it, guys. I got that far. I got that far. Okay. But I'll still, like, you know, stream for a bit longer, and then I'll go raid out into somebody. As I'll definitely need to take the opportunity to cook up some dinner, or, you know, just do what I need to do. But yeah, I bet Hugh Jackman really enjoyed doing that little bit, huh? Hugh Jackman never really thought he would return to the Wolverine until he got roped in by Ryan Reynolds for something great. Since they got bought out by Disney and having wider capabilities. But Marvel Studios does maintain what it goes for with its content. Oh my god, thank you so much for the jump scare. Getting clipped. Thank you, Fauna. Oh my goodness. I nearly yelped. I didn't want to blow your guys' ears off. It's why I got rid of the scare mint redeem. It's why I got rid of it for now. This is supposed to be relaxing time, but here we are. A part of me does feel a bit bad for not actually going for a date ASMR, like I said, for my bitathon goal, as I just wanted to provide a twist to you guys. That I just thought this would be like much more entertaining, because you guys love it when there's the unhinged moments on stream, and I just thought, okay, I think I know something you guys would like, and I thought, why not introduce this to fulfill the bitathon goal? This is what I live for now. This is content right here. I could just imagine Hugh Jackman just scrolling through all those comments. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at the comments down below. Breathing exercises. Yeah, we don't want our stereotypical breathing exercises. No, we want Hugh Jackman aggressively growling in our ears for 8 hours straight, even though he didn't actually do it for 8 hours. I think he only did it for like just one breathe in and breathe out, and then he did that special scene, and that was it. I'm gonna report for nudity so that YouTube employee have to watch the whole thing. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Just to get YouTube staff to watch this thing, I'm pretty sure they're very well aware that it exists because it's popular. I'm pretty sure they're aware that there's gotta be some Marvel fans at YouTube. Hugh locked in the Marvel dungeon until they could find a chair with his name on it. Oh, really? You think that he's gonna be in Doomsday? He's not gonna be one of the cast members for Doomsday. And that's not even all of the actors that got featured with the chair reveal. But still, I found it. Wait, there's a final trailer for Thunderbolts? Wait, they released another one? Oh, I want to go see Thunderbolts on stream. Not on stream. I want to go see it in the movie theaters because the bad guy looks pretty damn intimidating, and I'm very curious of what it's like. Us Wolverine fans always being fed. Thank you, Marvel. Yeah. I don't think Wolverine, or how popular was Wolverine among, like, the comic book fan base overall? Like, was it ever expected that he would do so amazingly well that he got his own movies dedicated to himself as the main character? Like in X-Men Origins Wolverine, The Wolverine, Logan. Like, did anyone ever really expected that? Or is it just that Hugh Jackman performed it so well that they wanted more out of Logan? Too bad I was never a Wolverine fan. Oh, he was popular? Gotcha. So I guess it would be just right that eventually, with the right actor, that he got his own movies. Definitely what Deadpool listens to when going to sleep. Yeah. This is Ryan Reynolds' treatment for ASMR for sure. He's just standing there menacingly. I know, but he's still well composed, except when he jump scares you like that. This is something I would have expected them to post on April Fool's, except it posted 8 days late. It's not an April Fool's joke, unfortunately. It's not. This is hilarious. Nothing like Wolverine aggressively grunting in your ears for 8 hours straight to get you to calm down. Well, at least he does match the mood for whoever is angry, instead of calmly breathing in and out, just being, oh god damn it, Fend, of course, the hiccups. My therapist moving PNG Wolverine isn't real, he can't hurt you. Well, he's not really a PNG. He's not even a rigged PNG. It's just a video that got put onto loop going forwards and backwards. That's how they managed to do it, and it's why it looks artificial, but that's just Marvel Studios performing their magic. Marvel knows what the fans need. Yes. They understand. They understand the breathe in and breathe out, for where if you want to aggressively breathe in and out, then that's fine. You don't need to go with the stereotypical breathe in, breathe out to calm down. Like, I got told a lot as a child, and it just really didn't work out for me. And I like how their profile picture is Mark Grayson from Invincible. I still need to watch the 3rd season. I feel so bad for not watching it. This is what I needed all the time. Wolverine. Well, 8.5, actually. Thanks, guys. I forgot how to breathe. Yeah, if you're ever angry and you forget that there's the option to aggressively breathe in and out, then you could totally do that. I'm very impressed Hugh agreed on doing this for 8. Nope, it's not for 8 hours straight. Let's see if they got corrected. Oh, you ship Mark and William, huh? Okay. I'm not sure if I can understand the context. Who was Mark and William? No. Oh, William was Mark's friend. I remember him. Okay, if you're talking about a spoiler in the 3rd season, please don't tell me if for some reason they do get together. No, please don't say anything. Please don't. Wait, no? Wait, who's William? Wait. Oh. I'm sorry if I don't understand properly. Tony Stark's workshop Iron Man music. Oh, this is just an ASMR video with like... Wait, that's so cool. Wait, how did they get this straight shot? Wait, how did they do it? Wait, I'm impressed they were able to do it. Like, where did they get this footage? I would have guessed this would have came from Marvel Studios, but I guess not. Okay. But for sure, I gotta watch this trailer in my spare time. Okay, then. I think that was a lot of fun. Just me reacting to it. I think it was a lot of fun. And thanks so much, everyone, for being here. And I'm glad that you guys had an excellent time. And thanks for yapping with me. This was perfect for, a time just to yap. So who's the lucky person that I'm going to be rating into? Who are we going to... Sana is live. I haven't... Oh, and so is Audric. Okay, I better pick quickly before the ads start kicking in. I already rated it into Aurora yesterday. Suzuna, I've done. Yeah, Odd, Ethan, and Dark are playing Raft. Oh, gotcha. And Grim is live as well. I could rate it to Grim. Decisions. And there's so many cool people live streaming right now. I told Grim about the upcoming Deep Rock Galactic game that's coming out because another one is being made and it's not even DLC. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and raid into Grim Vanity. But yeah, I told her about the upcoming Deep Rock Galactic game that's going to take place deeper into the core. And honestly, even though it would have made sense if it was going to be DLC, but you know what? I think I'm going to be all for it anyway. So, since I really hate how the raid command is not going to work out for me, I just have to manually type it in. So if I just do this, boopty boopty boop. So if everyone wants to copy and paste this, we're going to go ahead and raid into Grim Vanity. She is playing Nine Souls right now. It's kind of like a Dark Souls game, but side scroller. So again, thank you all so much for coming by and witnessing what it's like for Hugh Jackman to breathe in and out aggressively. So I want you all to take care, and I hope things get better for you all. And I will see you all in the next stream tomorrow. Take care.